Been involved in track and field over 30 years, coaching. I started off here at Eastern as a discus and shot putter and also a hammer thrower. Post-collegiately, I competed as a professional athlete in the women's hammer throw and was two-time national champion in the women's hammer throw and also placed third at the Olympic trials in 1992. And because it wasn't an Olympic event for women, we didn't get to go and compete there. So we became more advocates and really politicked for the inclusion of the women's hammer throw in the Olympic Games. And in 2000, the women's hammer was finally added to the Olympic program. Unfortunately, I retired from throwing in 1997, but then I became involved as the Women's Olympic Development Coordinator, which means that I would help with clinics and identify up-and-coming talent. So I had the distinct honor to work in that capacity. I am the team coach for Team USA. What's different about track and field versus other other sports, we are a team. However, each athlete is a professional athlete and they have their own personal coaches that they work with throughout the year. So my role and what's different about what I did as a team coach versus a personal individual coach, I handled the logistics, was the team leader and ensuring that that everything was clear for them, that the training venues were in place and ready to go. So they really didn't have anything that they needed to worry about. That was my responsibility. Some people say, you know, would you rather have competed as an athlete versus as a coach in the Olympics? And they're two very different things. Certainly I would have wanted the opportunity to compete as an athlete in the Olympic Games. I mean, who wouldn't, right? However, you know, it's really kind of come full circle in that I'm realizing that dream as a coach. And so it's a very different perspective. I was responsible for 12 athletes for the women's throwing events. It would be the shot put, the discus, the javelin, and the hammer throw. I always had to stay one step ahead, you know, and as an athlete, I would have had my own focus on my own event, but as a coach, you have a whole different set of responsibilities. It's not just about the end performance of a young person, of an athlete. It's about nurturing and developing those athletes to be good people. And so I think we have a huge responsibility as coaches to stay that course and to ensure that we make the path easier and better for those coming behind us. Certainly, Michelle Carter winning the gold medal in the women's shot put on her last throw broke the American record and won the gold medal. So that was pretty sweet. But the Olympics is so much bigger than medals. And don't get me wrong, the medals are exciting. It's just about the Olympic spirit and being there to compete and the connectedness of, you know, everybody, it's the commonality. We had 206 countries coming together for a purpose. And, you know, the majority aren't walking away with medals, but everybody walked away with an Olympic experience and a story to tell.